Okie dokie, my friends. Good morning. I would love for you to grab a couple of blankets. I don't think you need blocks. Who knows? And if you have a bolster or pillows, that'd be great too. I'm gonna get myself, I don't even have my mat rolled out yet. Look at this. Holy macaroni, this is how my day is. I get so excited talking to you all. That and FYI, in case you didn't know, I hop on these Zooms early now. And we just hang out for a little bit. Amy Lynn and I had a good conversation. Michelle came a little bit early. So if you want to just socialize and say hello to everybody, I invite you to hop on. I think today I was on about between quarter after and 20 after. And so it's fun to just say hello before we practice, just like old times, right? Instead of just rolling in and turning your screen on, you can saunter in and drink some tea. Okay. Let us settle in seated, coming to a comfortable seated position. Hands rest on your legs or in your lap. And feel free to soften the gaze, or if it feels accessible to you, close those eyes. Feel the body as we settle in this morning. Notice the breath. And I invite you today to just gently tuck the chin slightly, as if we're bowing into ourselves. Let the breath start to take more time. Noticing where it travels in your body. Notice the shoulders and where they live. Maybe they're up by your ears. Maybe they're nice and heavy. And then notice where your spine is. Is it curled? Is it working, and the muscles around your spine working really hard? Is it stacking and tall? And feel the hips, the foundation of it all in this seated position. Do they feel even? Do they feel supported? Is there a tug on your lower back? Do you need to adjust a little bit? One more moment right here, with the chin slightly tucked and the breath moving slowly. And we'll begin by making circles with the head. Let the chin lead the way as if you're moving the chin more than the head. As you exhale, drop the chin and sweep it around to the side. Inhaling, lifting the chin up and over. Exhaling and dropping it down and around. Inhale, lifting up and over. Just noticing the crunches, the tight spots. Going slowly, really taking your time with this. And if it doesn't feel good or it pinches and hurts, maybe just do half circles. Do one more circle in this direction. Ending with the chin towards the chest. When you get there, switch directions, go the opposite way. Still nice and slow, still following the breath. One more time around. When that feels complete and your chin is back down by your chest, bring the head back to neutral. Press a little bit more intently into the back of the neck, the base of the skull, and feel the lift that that brings the entire body. Keep the chin slightly tucked so the back of the neck is long. Beautiful. Let's inhale the arms wide. Palms face forward. Drop the shoulders, reach through the fingertips. Belly draws in, pelvic floor is engaged. As we exhale, bring the hands together. Reach the fingertips forward, so we're kind of caving the chest. And then inhale, draw the shoulders back, fingers still stay towards each other. And then open the arms. Good, so it's kind of a 4-step process here. Inhaling here. Exhaling, fingers towards each other. Inhale, which is odd, reaching forward. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale, open the arms. Let's do one more. Really scoop out that chest, reach the fingertips forward, feel the stretch in the back. Set the shoulders, lift the heart, and then open the arms. Beautiful, release the hands. And let's take a moment making circles with our body, just kind of resetting from there. Inhaling as we circle forward. Exhaling as we circle back. I like to do this without my hands on my body because I tend to drive with my shoulders. So if I lift my hands, then it has to be driven by my hips and my pelvis, which is a totally different feel. So I just invite you into that exploration. And then go the opposite direction. Beautiful. Let's come back up to seated. Take a moment. Notice how you feel. Let that settle in. Good. And then we'll make our way to stand. All the way up to our feet. So once we get there, find mountain pose. Feet are hip distance apart. Shoulders back, belly is in, legs are active. And again, feel the spine. Feel the placement of the head and the shoulders. It'll be different as we stand. Often we're kind of leaning forward in our stance, more so than leaning back. So feel the weight of the body in the feet. Where is that? See if you can bring it back into the heels just a little bit. Good, and then inhale, shrug the shoulders, squeeze them towards the ears. Take a moment, hold them there, breathe. As you do this, notice what has to happen. And then as you exhale, don't just drop the shoulders, but press them intently down towards the earth. Let them pass neutral. Good, one more time, inhale, shrug the shoulders, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take a breath here. For whatever reason, I have to wiggle my toes when I squeeze my shoulders. And then exhale, release the shoulders down, press them down. Good, tuck the chin slightly, roll the shoulders to the back. Feel the space that creates in the neck and shoulder girdle. Notice the breath, take a moment. Eyes can soften or close, whatever feels safest to you. Good, and then let's inhale our arms overhead. Keep the shoulders out of the ears. As we exhale, release the hands behind us. Interlace the fingers, elbows stay bent. To begin with, I want us to knit our ribs together. Lift the heart, draw the shoulders back. Option to start straightening the arms. If the palms come apart, that means you've gone too far. Come back to a place where the hands can touch. From here, lift the heart, knit the ribs together again, and then drop the chin. Just make little side-to-side motions with that chin if it feels comfortable. This may be a lot in your neck and shoulders if you're tight. Let the hands remain heavy, even if the elbows are bent. So there's that downward motion of the shoulder blades. Good, lift the head to neutral, release the hands. Take a minute and just shake out those arms. Yeah, shake out the feet too if you want. Shake out the whole body. Good, all right, back to mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, draw the belly in, pause here. I want us to really pay attention to our shoulders and back here. I want the heart to draw forward, the shoulders to draw down the back. Top of the head is pointing forward, so your gaze should be on the mat just below your head. Belly draws in and then flare the sit bones. Again, feel the length of the spine right here. And then exhale, fold down. Grab opposite elbows, rock a little side to side. Feel that lower back lengthen and release, possibly. Good, and then release the hands, bend the knees, and I want us to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Feel the hips as the lever, the pivot point for the body. As you rise up, the vertebrae stack one at a time. Really take your time here. One after the other. Shoulders come back, head stacks at the last. Feel the weight of the body shift into the heels as you finish that. Good. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, release the hands behind us again. Interlace the fingers, palms come together, elbows draw back. This time, take the feet a little bit wider apart, maybe as wide as the mat, but no wider. Lift the heart, knit the ribs. Option to straighten the arms here, if you so choose, but really check in. It's really easy to kind of puff out those ribs when we straighten the arms. It means we're going past our shoulders. We want to stay where it feels comfortable in our body. Belly draws up and in, soften the knees. Exhale, fold forward. Hands can stay by the hips or maybe start to lift away from the body. Tuck that belly in, let the head release towards the earth. Shoulders walk away from the ears here. Keep breathing, my friends. One more breath. And then release the hands, staying in that forward fold, those giant long monkey arms now. Isn't that fun? I love that sensation. Rock a little side to side in the body. And then bend the knees and let's roll up one more time. Feel the stacking of the vertebrae. It'll be a little different because our feet are wide. We have to work different muscles with this wide base, but feel the vertebrae stack. Head comes up at the very end. Good, walk the feet together. Or hip distance, mountain pose. Good. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to that half lift again. Exhale, fold deep. Let's take that right foot and step it back. We're opening to warrior two. So heel to heel alignment, opening to the side of the mat, arms open wide. Good. Inhale here, legs stay where they are. Exhale, reach forward. Good. Inhale, draw it back to neutral in warrior two. Let the hips shift a little bit with this movement. Exhale, reach forward. Keep length in both side bodies. Inhale, pull it back. One more of those. Good. Come back to neutral in warrior two. Backhand reaches for the head as you gently bring the ear towards the back shoulder, which is your right shoulder. Really reach forward with that left arm. I'm not cranking it. I'm just letting the weight of my hand take that stretch deeper. One more breath. And then release the hand and take a reverse warrior. So that front hand lifts to the sky. Gaze looks at the back foot. Hips get a little heavier. Shoulders walk away from the ears. Maybe this top elbow bends and the hand comes to the back of the head. Press the head gently into the hand. Keep the elbow open. Make sure you're breathing, my friends. Inhale back up to warrior two. Exhale, reach forward. Take that forearm to the thigh or hand to the earth or a block. Here's where I need the block that I said we wouldn't use. Top arm, which is now your right one, reaches to the sky. Hips sink a little lower. Thumb turns away and we wrap that hand into the small of the back. Press the shoulders open. Maybe we look up at the sky. Maybe we look straight ahead. Maybe we look down. You decide what feels best. Think about rolling the front body open to the sky. Breathe. Hips get a little lower if they want. Beautiful. Top arm reaches back up. Exhale right here. Set the legs. Keep the knee bent as we inhale back up to warrior two. Lovely. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step to downward facing dog. Move around in your downward dog for a moment. Feel the hips, feel the back, feel the shoulders. Really lean back into this, but keep the belly engaged. Beautiful. Roll forward to our plank pose. Rock forward with the body, drop the knees, and then exhale all the way down to the earth. Belly draws up and in, elbows stay by the ribs as we inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale to cobra. Again, lift with the back of the head. Feel that long neck. Exhale, release. One more of these beauties. Inhale to your back bend. And then exhale to child's pose. Knees can spread nice and wide. Hands can come beside you. Let the shoulders release. Find your breath here. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. If downward dog is not your cup of tea, find a pose that is. Maybe it's cat and cow. Maybe it is spinal balance. Maybe it is a back bend. Who knows? From Downward dog. Bend your knees, look at your hands. Little baby steps. We walk forward all the way to the top of the mat. There comes a point where our weight shifts into our feet. And we'll end in a forward fold. When you get there, take a half lift, draw the belly up and in. Exhale, fold back down. Take a moment of stillness here. Think about flaring the sit bones, pressing the back of the thighs towards the back of the room. Head is heavy. Beautiful. Inhale, rise all the way up with strength in the body. Inhale, at the end, arms reach overhead. And then exhale, release the hands behind us. Interlace the fingers. Good. Shoulders draw back, elbows draw back. We've done this before. Inhale, start to straighten those arms as an option. Feet come just a little bit wider, not even as wide as the mat. And then exhale, hinge forward. Folding down, hands can lift or stay by the body. This time we'll take a little bit of a twist. So the right knee bends as the hands fall towards the right. We look to the left. Spine is strong and long, belly is engaged. Back to center, release the top of the head, keep the hands bound. And go the opposite direction. Bend the left knee, hands reach towards the left, look to the right. Good, back to center and fold. And then release the arms. Inhale, half lift, find that long spine. Exhale, fold deep. Make a rainbow around those feet. Just shake it out here. And then plant the hands and we'll take that left foot back. Plant the heel, open to warrior two on the other side. So I turned myself around so I could still see y'all. Good, front knee is bent. Yep. Take a moment settling in here. Heel to heel alignment. Arms are reaching, shoulders are out of the ears. Inhale here, exhale, reach forward. Inhale, draw it back up to neutral. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, bring it back up. Feel that shift of the hips. One more. Exhale, reach, 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 reach. Long side bodies here. Inhale, back up. Pause. Get your bearings. And then this back hand reaches for the head as the left ear reaches towards the left shoulder. Couple of breaths. Really reach forward with those right fingers. Release the hand. Take the front hand to the sky, reverse warrior. Gaze looks at the back foot. Make sure you're breathing. Beautiful. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Exhale, reach forward, forearm to the thigh, hand to the floor, or a block, top arm reaches to the sky. So now our left hand is reaching upwards, stacking wrist over shoulder. Thumb turns away, hand wraps into the small of the back, and we roll that shoulder open, roll the heart open. Gaze can look up, straight forward or down. Shoulders walk away from the ears. It's really easy to get bound up in the neck in this position. Hips are nice and heavy. Good. Inhale the top arm to the sky. Exhale here, set yourself. And then we inhale, rise up to warrior two. Take a moment, feel the strength. And then exhale, hands to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Take a moment in down dog, moving it out. And then roll forward to our plank pose. Rock forward with the body, drop the knees, and then lower everything down to the earth. Inhale, head and shoulders up to cobra and pause. Elbows stay bent, belly draws in, back of the neck is long. Exhale, take a little twist to one side. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist the opposite way. Inhale to center, exhale, lower down. Press up to hands and knees. Make sure the wrists are under the shoulders, and let's take some cat and cows. If you want to add any other movement to this, you are welcome to. And then when you feel ready, we'll meet ourselves in child's pose. Arms come beside you again. Let the shoulders grow heavy here. Breath goes into the back, into the hips. As you're ready, downward facing dog. Or all fours or anything else that feels good. Lean back into that downward dog. Feel that stretch through the whole backside of the body. And then this time, little movements, walk the hands back to meet the feet. There comes a point where the weight shifts into the feet. Let that happen. It's easier in that direction. Inhale, half lift. Draw the belly up and in. Exhale, fold deep. We're going to move into our yogic squat. So feet come a little bit wider than hip distance, heels in, toes out. Grab any props you want, blanket under the heels, something under the hip, bolster under the hips. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the hips towards the earth. Moving into our yogic squat. Good. Today, I want us to take our hands to the earth and just kind of drop our head forward. Let the hips stay heavy. Our body follows our head, so know that. You may roll. Keep the hips heavy as our counter anchor to our balance, to our head. Maybe we move the head around a little bit. Just notice how that feels in this pose. It's not something we normally do. Good. Lift the head, bring it back in line with the spine. Hands come back to the heart. Take another moment. Hips get heavy. Beautiful. Let's make our way to seated. Straighten those legs. Shake them out for a minute. Great job. Wiggle the feet and the toes. Let's come back to this easy seated pose. And when you get there, make sure everyone is there. Switch the cross of your legs. Yes, it'll feel awkward and odd. From here, let's move back into our Sufi grind. So circles with our upper body. I love Sufi grind because of how it reintegrates the whole body. It's like, it feels like I'm coming back home after I've stretched and moved and kind of sometimes gotten into the weeds with the things that I do. This brings me back to center. Good, and then gently switch directions. Beautiful. And then come back to center. Take a moment. We are going to move on to our belly to stretch into the front of our shoulders. So watch what I'm doing first. And I'm going to be perpendicular to my mat. You do not have to be. I'm just doing this so you can see what's happening. We'll start on our bellies. Just watch for now. One arm out to the side. And I want you to be aware of the shoulder lifting. It's really easy to kind of stay here pressing. I want to reach the arm out just enough so that the shoulder can soften to the ground. Because what we're going to do is roll into that shoulder. So my left arm is open. I'm going to roll onto my left side. Notice how my other hand is help pushing. This top leg can come back for support if you get that far. You might want a blanket under this head, maybe not. But we're just going to use our body's rotation to stretch into the front of the shoulder. All right, does that make sense? So let's lay down on our belly. And again, you don't have to be perpendicular to your mat. I'm just doing this so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's take our right arm out first. Press through the finger pads. Let that shoulder connect with the earth. Left arm tucks in and we'll roll very slowly and gently to our right. Top leg, which is the left one, can bend and step behind. Keep engagement through that right arm by pressing into the finger pads. Breathe. Support the head as you need it. One more breath. Good, and then unroll. Take the arms alongside the body, palms face up. Let the forehead rest on the ground. This is really an awkward position, but it's really beautiful opening in the back body. So just let the shoulders get heavy. So often we just lay with our shoulders lifted. See if they can just release. Maybe rock the hips a little bit side to side. I have glasses on, so this is super awkward. Maybe take your glasses off or grab a blanket to support the forehead. And then we'll move to the other side. So the other arm opens up, shoulder to the mat. Right hand comes to the earth and we roll to the left side or to whatever arm is out. Top leg kicks behind us. And we breathe here. Feel the stretch into the front of the shoulder, through the chest, possibly even down the arm sometimes. Press into those finger pads to keep the activation in the arm. Beautiful. Gently release. Let the arms come beside the body, palms face up. Let the forehead or chin rest down. Let the shoulders just grow heavy towards the ground. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll roll onto our backs. Once you get there, just hug those knees in, rock a little side to side. Let's take a happy baby here. So reaching for the soles of the feet, the knees draw towards the armpits. Hips are heavy, shoulders are heavy. Maybe we're rocking a little side to side. Maybe there's stillness, you decide. Good, and then release the legs straight up to the sky. Arms come open. Take a minute and just circle the feet. We haven't paid much attention to our legs today. Circle them the other way. And then release the legs to the earth. Take a minute, just let everything settle in here. Good. So now I want us to, well, let's do this first. Since we're here, let's take the feet nice and wide. Check in with the neck, make sure it's nice and long, and just rock those knees side to side. Just releasing that lower back. One or two more in both directions. Head can join in, the knees go one way, the head looks the other way. Kind of take it back up the neck. And then when those are complete, take a moment back at center and then take a full body stretch. Fingers and toes reach away from each other. Feel the lengthening of the body here. And then gently release. So now is the time to grab your blanket or bolster because we're going to move into a supported heart opener. For me, with the blanket, I like to take it in quarters and then roll it up. So I have a nice tall tube, and it's just going to go behind me on my mat. If you have a bolster, the bolster is going to go in the same place. If you don't have a blanket or a bolster, just use a pillow or two. Sometimes I like to fold a bed pillow up and it gives it a little bit of height. Good. Make sure there's a little bit of space between the hip and the blanket, and then lay on back. So the spine is going to rest on the blanket. And if you need another blanket for your head, do so. Options for the legs. Knees come together with the feet wide. That is gentler on your lower back, if that is a place that you want to send a little extra love to. Or soles of the feet can come together, knees come wide. You can use blankets, pillows, blocks to support those knees if you like, or just let them open. Arms come wide, elbows can be bent. The higher your arms go, the deeper you get into the chest and the front of the shoulder. I like to bend my elbows, keeping them at shoulder height. That gives me a really beautiful stretch through the front body. But you decide where you want to be. If your hands are struggling to get to the earth, then bring the bent elbows closer to your body until they can rest comfortably. So as we settle in here, we'll be here for a few minutes. Check in with the back of the neck. I like to sometimes lift my skull, tuck my chin, and bring my head back down. So the back of my neck is nice and long. Check in with the lower back. Make sure it feels like it is supported and not pinched. Sometimes it's pinchy in this position. And then check in with the shoulders. Make sure they're in a place that you can remain for a few minutes. And then just let the body soften. Let the breath release. Eyes can close if that feels safe to you. Gaze can just soften and just float away. Imagine the breath moving deeply into the heart. If at any point you need to shift or move, please do so. Don't wait for me to give you permission. You can come off of your blocks or your blankets. You can turn to your side. We'll be here for just another minute. And if they aren't already, let the knees bend, walking the feet back in, drawing the knees straight up to the sky. Take a moment right there. Very gently roll off of your props. Move them out of the way, and then roll onto your back, flat on your mat. Take a moment and feel the mat rise up to hug you. And then one more time, hug those knees into the chest. Make circles with the legs. Rock a little side to side. Move however feels good to your body. And then take a full body stretch and any last postures your body is desiring right now. Yeah, I see a lot of legs up the wall in the air. Some movement, beautiful, some twists, great options, my friends. And then as you feel complete, when you feel ready, make your way into a beautifully supported Shavasana. Maybe you take legs up the wall. Maybe you have a bolster under your knees. Maybe you have a blanket under your head or on your body. Maybe you're resting on your side or your belly. So often we think Shavasana, we have to be on our backs, and that's not really it. Shavasana is our final rest. So be in a place of rest. I give you permission to find a place that feels so good to your body that it can literally release and melt into the mat. Maybe it's seated, who knows? And as you get there, just take a big inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Melt away for a little bit of time. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring awareness back to your body. Slowly and gently put movement in, a little bit at a time, taking your time. Moving in any way that feels good to you. When you are ready, take a full body stretch. And then roll to your side or come to your side. Help yourself up to a seated position. Eyes remain closed. Focus remains inward. Palms press in front of our heart. Lift our heart to meet our hands. Take a breath in and out. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within guide your way on. Namaste.